lovely Milky Way galaxy. So, I was thinking about what today's vlog could be, and this idea came to me just before I filmed this vlog, and that is, look, there are certain things in my life that I miss. I'm not saying I would ever return to some of these places, but maybe a few of them I would return to going to again someday. Whether it's, next year, the year after that, maybe someday. I'm not saying I wouldn't ever go back to some of these places, or a few of these places, but I would never ever go back to high school. Even though I do miss, the people, the teachers, all that stuff, in an appropriate way, please don't misinterpret that. I would never go back to those days, because those days were probably, some days were better than others. Some days, high school can be very difficult, and other days it can be extremely great. I shouldn't use the word extremely, but I think you get the point. Now, I'm not saying I would never go back to college. Maybe I will someday. I don't know. Going back to my favorite bars, I would love to do that someday in the future. I'm not saying it's going to happen today or tomorrow or a month from now or however long from now, but eventually maybe I'll go back to those bars and see what's going on in those places. Going back to Comic-Cons, that's one thing I would like to do. Even though I have never been to San Diego's version or New York's version, maybe that's something new that we try out. But the Comic-Con that's near me, I'd love to go back to it, if they ever bring it back here. It might not be called Comic-Con, it might be called Fan Expo now, or something similar to that. Now, that doesn't mean, this year they're probably not going to have it. Maybe next year or the year after they'll bring it back, but right now it's not going to happen this year, for sure. There's other events like VidCon. Someday, maybe I'll go back to that. I don't know when that would happen, but maybe someday we'll do that again. And going back to Disneyland, even though I went just a couple months ago, maybe in a year or two I'll go back. And same thing with the Universal Studios. Just because I say I missed something doesn't mean that you guys should misinterpret me saying that I will never go back to those places, except for high school. Because I'm never going back there. Unless I have another life after this, which probably won't happen. Anyways, that's beside the point. Just because I missed something doesn't mean that I'm never going to go back to that event. Or never going to go back to that, thing that I love to do. Whether it was, asking questions or, to celebrities or YouTubers or things of that nature, or going to bars and talking to people I haven't talked to in quite some time, or things of that nature. I would love nothing more to go back and do those things again. But those days may be numbered for me. I'm not as young as I once was. And I probably will never be that young again. Just because I'm in my 30s doesn't mean that I can't do things that I want to do. Sure, it's going to cost money. I get that. I understand that. And I don't have the money to do that. Like, for example, going back to a San Francisco Giants game, or going to a 49ers game. I don't know if I've ever been to a 49ers game, but if I did, I'd like to do that again. Go to a Sharks game again. I've been to a Sharks game before. And go to a Golden State Warriors game at some point in my life. Even though I don't know if I ever went to one, but if I did, I'd like to go back. It's just these, things. Even going to concerts. I've been to a couple concerts in my life. Whether it was a small time act or, someone like Demi Lovato or, Adam Lambert or Carmen. I know I'm dating myself with those names, but and there's other concerts I've been to that, I've seen Lady Gaga before, and other names as well. It's not just, those individuals. Maybe there's newer artists that I've just been starting to listen to that I'd like to go see in concert. Like maybe go see Taylor Swift in concert, even though that might be difficult, because every show that she does is pretty much sold out. Or going to see Billie Eilish, same thing. She sells out her shows pretty quickly. You know, going to see maybe We the Kings in concert again. You know, things of that nature. Or going to see Panic at the Disco, or for the first time, or things like that. And that's all I'm just trying to say, is that I miss those some of those things. I'm not saying every single thing that I listed I'm gonna do again, because that's, that may not be realistic. But maybe going to a concert here and there, maybe once every like 5 or 6 years, or maybe going to a Comic-Con near me again in like a couple years, or going to VidCon again at some point in the next 10 years, or going back to those bars that I loved to go to so much when I was in my 20s, things like that I'd like to do again. Maybe even go to college again and get a degree in something. I don't know. I'm just spitballing things here now. And it's okay to not know what you want in life. It's okay to do things that you normally wouldn't do, or go back to those great memories and do something fun like that again. And I'm not using the word fun lightly. I know that fun at the age of 33 isn't going to be the same as fun was when I was 21 or 25, or heck, even 30. But there could be new fun things that I do for the first time, or go back to sometime in the next 7 or 8 years of my 30s. Even maybe doing something awesome in my 40s. I don't know what that is going to entail just yet, but we'll get to that point when we get to that point. So we've got a couple birthdays to wish today, so let's get to that. I want to wish Taylor Nation a happy birthday today, and I would like to wish Sophie Turner Jonas and Ashley Green Corey a happy birthday today. Ashley's turning 35, and that's it for birthdays today. So we've got 3 on the 22nd, and then 4 on the 22nd. We've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the 23rd. Really it's 6. And 2 on the 24th, and 1 on the 28th, and that's it for birthdays in the month of February. So there's still quite a few birthdays left in February that we have to wish. So with that being said, I've got a new outro for you, even though there's going to be some similarities to the last outro, which is, I want to say salam, which means goodbye in Irish. I want to say ciao, which is goodbye in Portuguese. And I want to say goodbye in English. So you get 3 languages today. Tomorrow might be another different 3 languages, or it might be the same. Or I might add one to that. Like the Scottish way to say goodbye, or the Greek way to say goodbye, or things like that. Anyways, I will see you all tomorrow with the brand spanking new vlog and the outro. Bye.